Ugh. So are we at war with Russia yet?
Okay.
Hey, Mario.
Hi again.
I don't know. What they decide today, huh? Who knows?
Alan, your internet is bad.
Terrible. I don't know what I know. I got a problem. I had to call up the company tonight. I don't know why.
It's not the company. It's the thing you put. You have to reset it.
I know. I can't. There's supposed to be another wire connected to that thing to put in. I put that machine right. I don't know how to reset it. Okay. I mean, I can hear.
Not now, but you unplug it and plug it back in.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. That's a good idea. Okay. Okay. I'll do that after I finish this year because I couldn't get any access to it at all.
Okay.
You got
Pretty wild stuff tonight, huh?
Yeah, interesting.
Right. Okay, we're on Kaf Daled,
Hello?
24. By the way, tomorrow I have to learn at 5 p.m. Does that work for everybody? 5 p.m.
Yeah.
That is good. Mario? 5 p.m. is good. Elazar, 5 p.m. is okay? Okay, good.
Hold on, Jimmy. Hold on.
Boy min Rav Yochanan Mishmuel.
Hello?
Yesh avelus b'Shabbos or ain't avelus b'Shabbos? Is there avelus on Shabbos? Omrle ain't avelus b'Shabbos. Yosef Rabbanan kamed Rav Papa v'kamed Shmei Shmuel. Avel sheshimesh mitos b'mei evil chayv misa. An avel who has relations with his wife during the avelus is chayv misa. Amar Rav Papa. Aser itmar. It doesn't say anything about chayv misa. It says it's prohibited. And number two, Mishmei Rav Yochanan nitmar. It was said in the name of Rav Yochanan. If you want to say something over in the name of Shmuel, this is what you should say. Amrav tachlifa baravini Amar Shmuel. Avel shelo pora v'shelo pirem. An avel who doesn't grow his hair long and doesn't tear his clothing, chayv misa. There, Shenema Rosh, by the sons of Aaron, the brothers of Nadav Avi, Roshechem al Tifro v'idechem al Sifrom, they were told not to grow their hair long or to tear their garments. Another Avel who doesn't do those things, grow their hair long or tear their clothing, would be Chayv Misa. It was taught in the Midrashim of Avelus. Avel also l'shamish mitasu b'mei Avel. An Avel is prohibited to have relations during his Avelus. Umayis bechad sheshimesh, person had relations, mitasu b'mei Avlo. V'shamtu chazir mezgviyaso, and pigs, wild pigs tore up his body, I guess, out of the grave. Omer Shmuel Pachaz Chova Neter Rishus. What's this? Pachaz is Prias Rosh, growing your hair long. Chazaz Kerla Achrayv, turning your the kriya inside out on Shabbos, so it's not seen. Skifas Amita, when Shabbos comes, you're supposed to put the bed upright. That's Chova. Now, Nilas a sandal, whether you want to continue keeping your shoes off, that you can choose what you want to do on Shabbos. That's a rishus, whether you want to do that or not. If the other doesn't want to act with those prohibitions on Shabbos. The Rav Amar, Av Priyas Arosh Rishus. Growing your hair long is also Rishus. Ushmuel, Maishtanil Sasandal Rishus. Why is whether you wear shoes or not wearing shoes is a choice, because the Lav Kol Amal Avida decided not everybody wears shoes. So it's not clear that if someone takes off his shoes on Shabbos that he's doing it al savelis. Some people walk around without shoes. Priyas Arosh Nami, Lav Kol Amal Avida de Megali Rishayu. Priyas Arosh is also, they would cover their head with like a toga, and there were people that would uncover their head even regularly. Shmuel Tamei, Damar Shmuel, called Krash B'Shas Chimum. If you do kriya only after the fact, not at the time that you're supposed to do it at the height of the sadness, ain't no kara. It's not considered a good kriya. If you wrap this toga around your head without, like the Arabs do it, which means they cover their whole face except their eyes, ein atifa. He showed that even the cheeks have to be covered. That's only if he's not wearing shoes. The fact that he's wearing shoes, that he's not being noyeg minagavelis regarding that. He said if you tear kriya not immediately, it's not an appropriate kriya. However, after a long period of time, they told Shmuel that Rav died. Correlate tracer money. He tore 12 garments. The person who I was very afraid of, because he was a gadol b'Torah, has left the world. And Armalei Rav Yechlan, and Ilachora, this was done after Shas Chimum. And Armalei Rav Yechlan nach nafshe Rav Chanina. Rav Yechlan was told that Rav Chanina died. Correlate placer itztali milsa. He tore 13 garments. Amar Azal Gavad Avim Stafinim. Person went to Shamayim, who I was afraid of. So shiny Rabbanon, you can't bring a riot from there. Even to call Shaita Midkrish Messiah. They are remembering the Divrei Torah of these Rabbanim all the time. Kishas Chimum Dami. So it's for them. It's like Shas Chimum, no matter when they tear. Arba Ravin Bar El Rava. Arba Talmidcha Rav Amram. Tanya Avel Kol Shiva Kor Lefanav. During the Shiva, you tear in front of you. Ve'imbala Aklif Machlif. If you want to wear a different garment, you change, but you have to tear that. You have to tear that one as well. That's on Shabbos. Let's start again. During the rest of the week, if you change your garment, you have to tear the new garment as well. Shabbos, you turn the Kriya upside down. If he wants to change his garment, he can change his garment, doesn't have to tear that one. So again, this is evidence that you tear Kriya even below Shas Chimum. That's only by parents, not regular Avelis. So it's not covered for his parents to walk around with a beged that's not torn. Now, Osan Kroy Misachin or Misachin. Can you sew these up after the Avelis is finished? You can't sew it up. Some say you can. Tis time Davud Rav Oshia Damar Ein Misachin. I will prove to you that it's Rav Oshaya who holds you don't sew it. Damar Rav Oshaya Ein Misachin. Now, Miman Shmielei, who did he hear that? Lav Mavua. Didn't he hear that from his father? Lo, mi Bar Kapor Rabbi Shmielei. He heard it from Bar Kapor. Amar Rava. Ava Metal Be'unkli B'toch Beiso. He can walk around with his garment that was torn in his house on Shabbos. Because it's B'tzina. It's not B'farhesia. You could do Avelis B'tzina. Abai Ashken Rav Yosef Teporslei Sudra Reishe. Abaya found Rav Yosef, who he was covering his head with a toga. V'ozol v'osav b'veit. This was on Shabbos during his Avelis. He came into the house that way. This is the way an Avel is supposed to look. And we know the din that there's no Avelis b'Shabbos. How are you doing this? Things that you do in your house, you can do. So, Kriya that you do for your parents, you never sew up. Or machmir by your parents. So Shavuos is only one day yontif. So Rav Gidel Bar Menashe Mershma Allah Rav Gamliel that it's like even Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is like Shavuos, that it breaks the shiva. The Ikid Masalad Rav Gidel Bar Menashe Kol Shloshim Yom Tinik Yotze B'Cheik. God forbid if a child would pass away within the first 30 days, you don't put him in a coffin, you carry him out in your arms. With a woman and two men. But not with one man and one woman, because that's ichud. Because during Avelis, nobody's thinking about sexual thoughts. There's no shura, which is this parallel line that people walk through. If it's a child under 30, there's no shura. There's no birchas avelim, there's no meal. Ben shloishim, once a child is 30 days, yotze beluskama. Luskama is a small coffin. Or you don't even know luskama, he tells bekosef. Ela, he tells bagafayim. It's carried by your hands, not by your shoulders. The oidim alav b'shura, and you do stand a shura. The oidim alav birchas avelim v'tanchumi avelim. You say birchas avelim. Ben shnei masar chodesh, a 12-month child, yotze b'mita, goes out in a regular coffin. Rabbi Kiva Omer, hu ben shana ve'varv ben shtayim. That's if he's as big as a 2-year-old, or he's a 2-year-old who ben shtayim ve'varv ben shana. Yotze b'mita. Then he goes with the coffin. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar Omer, hayotze b'mita, Rabbi matzivin Allah. If you go out with a mita, then that's a signal that the public will be in pain. So therefore, Rabbi Elazar ben Elazar Omer, nikar l'rabim, if this child was known by the public, Rabbi Misaskinimo. So then he's taken out in a public levaya. Eino nikar l'rabim, eino Rabbi Misaskinimo. Umayin behesped, who gives the hesped? Meir b'shem Rishon aniyim b'nei shalosh. You give a hesped, poor people, even if the child is only 3 years old, because aniyim don't have much simcha other than their family. Even a young child, they would make a hesped. Ashirim b'nei chamesh, wealthy people only at age 5. Rabbi Yudah Mishmo aniyim b'nei chamesh, ashirim b'nei sheish. B'nei zakenim k'nei aniyim, elderly people who had a child are like aniyim because most of their simcha comes from the child. Rav Gidel Bar Menashe, Rav Allah, Rabbi Yudah, Shamar Mishum, Rabbi Shmuel. Darash Rav Hanani Bar Sosna Pitchos Bein Nesiyah. Yom Echad Lefnei Atzeres V'Atzeres Harei Kenar Basar. If you sat shiva one day before Shavuos, you've already cleaned up 14 days of the shloshim. The day before is like shiva. Shavuos itself is like a 7-day yontiv, even though it's 1 day yontiv, because you have tashlumim after Shavuos to bring the korban chagiga. Shama Rabbi Emi v'ikbid. Rabbi Ami heard this, he was upset. Omar atu didehi. It's Rabbi Lezer Omar Rabbi Shiahi. It's a different mandamar who said the halacha. Darash Rav Yitzchak Nafcha Kila Dereish Kalusa. Yom Echad Lefnei Atzeres V'Atzeres Harei Kenar Basar. Day before Shavuos, and Shavuos is like 14 days. So after Shavuos, you only have to keep 16 days, and then Shloshim will be over. Shomer Rav Sheshes Ikbid. Rav Sheshes heard and he was upset. Amar Atu Didehi. It's Rabbi Lezer Rabbi Sheahi. Amar Rabbi Lezer Rabbi Sheahi. Minan Latzeres Sheyesh Lo Tashlumin Kol Shiva. Shavuos, if you didn't bring the korban chagiga, you can bring it for the next 7 days. Shenemar Chag HaMatzos v'Chag HaShavuos. Ma Chag HaMatzos Yesh Lo Tashlumin Kol Shiva. Av Chag HaShavuos Yesh Lo Tashlumin Kol Shiva. Adber Rav Papa Rav Avya Saba. V'Dorsh. Yom Echad if they Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah Rei Kanar Basar. Same thing Rosh Hashanah. If a person sits shiva 1 hour before Rosh Hashanah, and then Rosh Hashanah itself, it's like 14 days have gone away. If a person was in Avel an hour Erev Sukkot, So that's already a Shiva. And then you have 7 days Sukkot, 14. And then Shmini Atzeres is like another 7 days. So you'd only have to keep 9 more days for Shloshim. Ravina Ikal Sur de Pras. Amr Rav Chavil Misur de Pras Ravina. Amr Mar Yomechel Rosh Hashanah Rosh Hashanah Harei Kan Arbasa. Amrlei Anam Mistav Kram Lilu Damina. It's like I want to read the halach about Yom Kippur. Mishna Gavelis Al Meser Shachas Rosh Hashanah Harei Hashanah Batam Then Gzer Shloshim is Patas Al Yedei Yom Kippur. There's no Shloshim at all because once Yom Kippur comes around, it breaks the Shloshim. And then you could take a haircut Erev Yom Kippur. Okay. So I said we're going to learn tomorrow at 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
Okay.
That works.
Everybody?
Good night. Good luck. Thank you.